give a few people to come online. Mm, very powerful message tonight, strictly coming from the Spirit. I wanted to, for the last 6 or 7 days, to really come in out of the book, the chapters and scriptures, but he's telling me he wants me to go in strictly spirit and truth of all matters, of all matters. Hello in the live chat. Now that someone's there, I need to know, can you hear me? That's very important. Can you hear me? Okay, great, great. But I'm going to start because the Father have said when there's two and more join, he shall be in the midst. And you bet he's going to be here. And we're going to usher him in the name of the Most High, Ahia, Ahia. Father, Ahia, we come to you. We thanking you for what you're about to say. We thanking you for knowing what we need. In the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, we coming all the way. We coming all the way, Father Yah. The only way. And I like to say, Father, thank you for giving us an opportunity to hear a right now word. Thank you for being ever present in the time of need. You might not be on our time, but you always on the right time. And Father, we want to say that we thank you for being so excellent. We thank you for being so wonderful. We thank you for being so perfect. We thank you for being so great. We thank you, Father Yah, for being so good, so kind. And all that grace and mercy you continue to pour out, we want to let you know. We praise you for it. And we thank you for it, Father. We want to let you know tonight that you are all that answer. You are the beginning and the end. You are that which was, that which is, and that which shall be. That is right before us this day. And Father, we want to forever give you praise and honor and glory for who you are all by yourself, not needing us. You are all that and some. And we would just want to say we give you all praise and all glory and all honor. We just thank you for giving us a right now word tonight. We thank you, Father, for giving us a right now word tonight, Father. Mm, 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 mm. We thank you, Father, for giving us a right now word. In the name of Yeshua HaMashiach, we give you all praise. Amen. Okay, you all, this is going to be a very powerful message. He has pushed the Bible away from me and not going to allow me to go into what I would go into, because for the last week, first of all, I want to say hello, everyone in the live chat. It's good to see you. He wants me to push the book away. Mm-hmm. He wants me to come in the realm of spirit and in truth. I want to let you all know that we are in the midnight hour, in which I have spoke several times, which is called also in time past, in many ways, the end days. We are by the prophets of yesterday and by Yeshua HaMashiach and by Ahia said in that day. We are in that day, guys. I know many are not preparing for it in the spirit realm. Oh, yes, they're preparing for it in the flesh. But he wants you to consider all the verses that tells you how the days of Noah was, how the days of Lot was. These things in which he sat there and suffered us to be able to embrace were those days that gave us a light to the day in which we're in today. Hallelujah. Hallelujah, Father. I see where you're coming from now. I see what direction you're coming from, Father. I want to tell you all something else. If anybody ever get on this devil platform and consider themselves to be a teacher, a pastor, a priest, a minister, a bishop, a prophet, an apostle, a prophetess, if they are not learning as they are speaking unto you, they are not who they tell you they are. The most powerful gift one can receive, one of them, I ain't gonna say it's the most, but one of the most powerful gifts is to be a student of the Ruach HaKodesh. Why? My experience has been a great one, a long one, but a great one every step of the way. When he began to teach me, he teach me from a realm that cannot just be read, you guys. It's not something that you can just get in the book and you can go here and go there and you can go on to here and you can go over there. You can go to this chapter, this verses. It's not the way he teach. Why? Because he is a spirit. He is the spirit. He don't need a book to teach you who he is. The book is separate from the word. Okay? So where you all are at is lost without a cause because we're in the midnight hour. Okay? And that midnight hour is one that is and should not be played with lightly. Okay? But it's all well if that's the choice individuals have chosen. But in this midnight hour, I say unto you, as a student of the Ruach HaKodesh, it's not a day go by that he don't reveal something to me that I didn't know yesterday. When the Most High can teach you something that you didn't know yesterday, or he can teach you something that you didn't know the day that you're in, nor yesterday, that's when the Ruach is living in you. Because he don't have no set time to reveal things to you, to teach you. It comes in the midnight hour. I remember one time I got on my couch and I said, that's it. And I think I was with Jonah. So Jonah is 24. So that had to been, I was pregnant with Jonah. And I think I had to been 25. Now, not 25 years ago. And I sat on that couch and I remember saying to the Father, look, that's it. I'm not going to read the Bible. I done read enough. I done had enough. And I went into a total vision sitting on that couch. I look at it as a vision because I remember the way I'm telling y'all. I sat on that couch, called myself going to read, watch TV because I had just told the Father, I'm not reading no more. This is too heavy for me. This is more than I can bear. I'm not reading no more. Do you know he took me a place? When the most high technique is this. Deborah, I can't deal with the flesh. I don't care who it is. I can't deal with Abraham in the flesh, Deborah. I can't deal with Job in the flesh. I can't deal with Isaac and Abraham and Jacob. I can't deal with Moses, Deborah, in the flesh. I can't deal with David, Deborah, in the flesh. I got to put them in the realm where I got to deal with them in the spirit, Deborah. I got to deal with them in the spirit. Sister Deborah's a living witness to that. He has to take them to a realm outside the flesh to get what? Something mended within us. I'm sitting on this couch. I had already told him I'm not going to read nothing else. It's too heavy for me. This getting too deep. And I sat my silly self on that couch. And I can tell you, I can see it just as plain today. I went into a strict vision. And guess what? Within an instant, the Bible, the words of the Most High, the words of the Most High detached me to scriptures, and he was reading it to me. I said, okay, see, I just told him I'm not going to read no more. This is more than I can bear. I can't take it no more, and I don't want it no more. I said it. I'm going to tell y'all, I said it just as plain. You know what he did? He put me a place where flesh had to stand down and shut up. And I can remember, and it's a testimony. Not a dead prophet, but a living prophet's testimony. I sat on that couch and I sat there and I was listening, and I will remember saying while I was in that vision, I can see it as clear as it is today. Wait a minute, hold up. What's going on? I said I wasn't going to read. Who is that reading to me? And he was going. And I was saying, what? I didn't want to read. What? And in that vision, it just kept on and kept on and kept on and kept on, just nonstop. Just nonstop. And I could understand what it was saying. And I'm like, oh, next thing you know, I was out of it, and I said, what was that place? Where did I go? And I started to wonder, was I asleep? I said, no, but I'm sitting here in the same place. TV show still in front of me. What's that? You know what it was? It was the Most High taking me out of the natural realm to the spiritual realm in which he was wanting to say something. And he did. And it was that I should never say or turn away from what he has prepared for me. And that I needed to hear his word so I can walk therein. Had I known that it was going to be a long journey, I think I would have listened. But I just thank him for putting me in that vision, because that's the only way he felt he had to deal with me. He had to shut this ugly flesh down long enough to bring something to my spirit. And I give him all glory and honor today. And just thanking him, even as I sit here in my spirit, just thanking him for abiding in me. And that's my spirit. His spirit in my spirit. And we are one. You see? And I thank him for that. Now, the name of this topic is the warning. The power of the warning. People, I'm going to tell you, he's been dealing with me for some days. And what he was dealing with me, he made me come out of this. He said, put it down. Don't go to it. I'm going to deal with you like I always dealt with you, in spirit and in truth. And he been saying things out of my mouth. And every time I'm speaking to individuals, guess what, y'all? I'm learning as I speak. I am learning as I speak. I didn't want to come live. I got 2 phone calls said, are you going live? Are you going live? I said, no. That no, it's 3 calls. Because that 3rd call, I said, I might go 8 o'clock. And I sat on that couch and he said, shut that TV out, down. Go live. The Most High wants you to know this topic is about the power of warning. Okay? There is power that rests in warning. Okay. Just as he connected you to the days, it was going to be like the days of Noah. Isn't that beautiful? And you say, why you always talking about beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? You know what's so beautiful about that? He gave you a chance to know what is before you. It's going to be like the day of Noah. So that's a warning. See how he done told you what it's going to be like. So you won't be stuck and stupid thinking, okay, oh, it's okay. And he said, Deborah, they're going to be that. Because what they think is, this is what he's saying the people are thinking. They thinking in that day, that mighty day, we got 2 of them coming up. People are really thinking. I feel really sad for what you call the Hebrew Israelites because their nation has crushed them to pieces. They have destroyed the mindset of the people, especially the men. They have destroyed their people's mindset. And all this time, he'd been telling me, he said, but you see what you did? You gave those people parables. That's what you've been speaking to them. Parables. Because you knew they couldn't understand the word. See, the word is spirit and truth. He said, but you've been on that platform and you was giving them parables because you know hearing they wasn't going to hear. You know seeing they wasn't going to see. Because I warned you that. But you gave them parables just as Yeshua did. He gave the multitudes parables, and those that he was chosen for him, which was the apostles, he gave them the word. You see, when I speak a whole bunch of parables because the Father has designed me to do just that. I had no idea that I was given a lot of parables until he revealed that to me, probably if it was 6 months ago. I said, wow. And he said the way that I gave it was the way that he put it in me to give. But I gave the word to the elects. Whether he said it didn't matter if it was 1, 2, 3, 4. I put it out there. And those that tuned in, they tuned in to either the parables or to the word. Everything he has been dealing with me with on has been what he has called me to. And I said, will it be an end to all this revealing and what you're giving me? Because I'm like saying, this is more than the people can digest. He said, no, there's not going to be end. I'm going to keep giving it to you. And I'm like saying to myself, who am I to be able to hold all that? He said, you're not. Greater is me that is in thee that's going to uphold it when the time is set for you to speak these things. I know to whom it is to be given unto. You see? So I'm sitting here and I'm like, for days I've been, wait a minute, he's saying this and he's saying this. He's telling me this and he's telling me this. People don't even know how the critical time we're in, Father. They sitting here talking yang, 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 yang. He say, she say, she say, he say. He said, but Deborah, did not I warn them? I said, Father, yeah, you warned them, but you knew they were going to do the same thing they did back in the days of Noah. You knew the days of Lot that the people still was going to be doing the same thing. He knew it. He knew it already. He knew when Sister Deborah get on this devil platform, it wasn't going to change nobody and nothing I said. He knew when he sent Moses to Pharaoh that it wasn't going to change Pharaoh's mind to let the people go. You see the power of who he is. The power of who he is and how he do things. He don't care if you believe him or not. He don't care if you receive him or not. He don't care if you accept his son. He don't care. Why? Because everything that was is in him. He knew word would be today. That's why he was able to tell you would be like the days of Noah and the days of Lot when the Son of Man come. And they doing exactly what he said that they were doing thousands of years ago. Every thought in their imagination was evil and wicked continually. So why are we trying to make him a lie to say that our thoughts are all holy than thou? Why are we on this devil platform making people think that we are the God and he is just on the sideline letting us be all that we could be? Satan. You see how sick that is? No one could care less about anything spirit and truth. That means righteous. That means truth, just. No one cares because everybody think it really is going good for them and where they stand with God. They don't understand. Why would he say it's going to be like the days of Lot? Because it's going to go identical to that way. The imagination of the thought of man was going to be wicked and evil continually. He said also, Deborah, how many were saved? 7. Lot's family. Wait a minute. Deborah, didn't I say a small remnant? They don't get it. The people don't get what is actually happening right before their eyes. And the things that they are talking about, every last one of you all should be on people. You pick up something and somebody reveal something to you and show you that these people are talking a certain way. You are obligated to step into that if it's wicked and evil and it's not representing your father. But see, what did I say? Deborah, I suffered. And I'm like, well, why, Father, why did you suffer? Waiting for Noah to build the ark because he wanted to destroy them but he suffered with not destroying them until Noah was finished with the ark to get in. Isn't that deep? That's just how bad he could have blinked and helped Noah, but he's saying that he suffered because he really wanted to destroy them right then and there. But I just waited until he finished doing what I had called him to do. And then, but I suffered. When he tells me in Deuteronomy 28 and 34, you're going to go mad for what you're going to see. I'm like, it's bad. It's worse than even the way I'm saying it. So I want to tell you, this topic is about the power of warning. Y'all, the picture is not as pretty as these people on this devil platform portraying it. The warning that Noah had, the warning. Who else had? He also connected the days of Lot. Lot, same way. Not just Sodom and Gomorrah, all the other surrounding cities, all of it was destroyed, except for Lot and his daughters who came out. That's a small remnant. Don't you think that's a small? But see, he said people, when he's saying these things and he's cutting the light on for you so you can kind of see, you ain't getting out of this. What's the sense of saying Sodom and Gomorrah? It's going to be like the days of Noah and the day of Lot. What's the sense to think? What's the sense of it? If it don't mean anything. He said, because they're going to overlook the meaning. And the number one meaning, first you got to see what the people were doing and why they were doing. Nobody wants to see that. They don't want to match that with Noah and the ark. They don't want to match that. Why? They don't think it's going to happen like that. Because the Hebrew Israelite movement got people thinking, y'all, we're going to move up out of here. Baby, y'all, let me tell you. the things that he shared with me, and I'm just waiting for him to bring it out to you all. I am sitting here waiting for him to give you what he's been giving me. And it's coming. It's coming. And if the topic, and I'm going to do this 5 times. The power of warning. 1, the power of warning. 2, the power of warning. 3, the power of warning. 4, and the power of warning. 5. Because I want you all to understand, this ain't about Deborah. And guess what? It ain't even about you. It's just about what Yah is trying to send the warning out. The trumpet already been blown. He already had his sealed. You all sitting around here waiting for him to come down and destroy Babylon, and y'all don't understand. Babylon been destroyed. Y'all just don't understand it. Let me take you there a little bit. The power of warning. As far as he can let me go would be 2004. As far as showing you a picture of how Babylon been destroyed. But before that, they had already planned it way before, okay? But in the year 2004, when you saw them taking those 401ks from people and people's savings and their stocks, just taking it, closed it down and took it from everybody. Even Martha Stewart lost hers. I mean, she kind of did something crooked to try to keep it, but she ended up going to jail. That was one stage. 2008, they took people's homes. There are people who fathers have worked all his life to pay for a home. They took all of their homes from them. Foreclosed. Now, this is your country. And you sitting here thinking Babylon seal up. That's how he showed me. Not he showed me. He told me this. Deborah, when the stocks took all their stocks in their 401k from 2004. Then they turned around in 2008, foreclosed on their homes. Many people, your fathers and grandfathers, had property that they probably paid almost off. But when they did that foreclose in 2008, they took all the homes from the people. 2011, Trade Center. This country set up all this stuff. They've been in the making of breaking it. Why? Because they understand what you refuse to understand. It's over. Babylon been down. They took Babylon down a long time ago. And that's what the people don't understand. But the Father want me to let you know that the destruction of Babylon has already taken place. Babylon has fallen, just like Judah. The house of Israel has fallen. And you can find that in the chapter of Isaiah, where he says, the tribe of Judah has fallen. Identical to how he says Babylon has fallen in Revelation. They don't want to cover that. Identical. Everyone thinking Judah is all good to go and he just waiting for the Most High to bring them. No. Judah ain't going nowhere. Many ain't going nowhere. But I will say this. Babylon has already fallen. What's about to happen is what's the reason why people are going to be looking over to this country and seeing smoke. Okay, it's because Babylon, those that are, I can't say even wealthy, they beyond that. Elites, I said highest level of evil and wicked. They already know Babylon had already fallen because they the one took it down. So what is actually happened is they're stirring up things within this country so they can get racial war. They don't have to work on the tribe of Judah. Judah's going to kill each other, just like in Abel and Cain killed Abel. It'd be easy. He just went and killed his brother for nothing. And you can make it all about what he did and what. No, just for nothing. That's what's going on with the tribe of Judah. Okay? They're doing it anyway for nothing. They have always did things for nothing. It's no reason. We can't even stand before the Most High and say, well, they did this and they did this, they did this. He's going to say, no, 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 depart from me and get out of my face. But people really thinking we standing before the Most High in this here melanated skin. We standing before him in a spirit. You see? That same image of who he is, we're going to stand before him in a spirit. Okay? And when we stand before him, we're not going to be able to say when they did this to us and they took this from us and they did this as if he don't know nothing. But he said we're going to do it. They're going to come up here with that same stuff, Deborah, that they down there fooling a lot of people and telling a lot of people. And the people, that's why he says, without a cause, are you lost? You're not lost because you just lost and don't know your way. You're lost because it don't matter to you. It's nothing means anything but what somebody keeps spilling in your ear, in your flesh. That's all that matters. So you're lost. And you ain't trying to find your way. That's what he said. Because if you really think about it, everything that's actually taking place, it has already took place in Yah. He didn't seen it. He didn't been there. So he's not coming to deliver you. He's not coming to deliver you. When you get that mindset of realizing he's not coming to deliver you, guess what happens? Guess what happens? You start to focus on the spirit man because you know, here, come get that one. You'll be focusing on your inner being because you know he can come get that one. But your flesh ain't coming to save you out of nothing. He ain't coming to reveal things to you. Like I'm saying to you now, he already know, Deborah, if I already know that it's going to be like the days of Noah, and they already, the wicked and evil is at its highest, what makes them think I'm coming to get them? Why am I going to come to deliver you from what? When I got to see my end game come to the end. It's at the end, but it has an end game. They don't care about no end game. These people on this platform is singing so many songs and they sounding, and you know what? What's really been nice with me is it feels so good to just be in the arms of the Most High, a higher in this last couple of weeks. It really does, because it's like saying, okay, he's telling me this, he's showing this to me and revealing this. Oh, I don't have to listen to all that crap. I don't have to go here and wonder what this person is saying, or let me go here and listen to this one. None of that, because he says all vain and vexed. They're not talking about nothing that leads to him. And he wants me to understand, I said it's going to be like the days of Noah and the day of Lot, when the Son of Man comes. So, Deborah, what makes you think that anything anybody can say gonna wake these people up, or they gonna shake them to make them? It's not. It's not. So what you're gonna start, let me stop. I ain't gonna say what you're gonna start. It's already it's already rolling right now as I speak. They trying to get everything to go after destruction in this country. They trying to get enough different people. They don't, to me, I look at it like this. I don't think they can get, we are the last people anybody are concerned about. And that's what I don't understand. What happened that we as a people have got caught up in this thing? They bothering us and they trying to do this to us as a people. They know we the chosen, and they trying to destroy us. Baby, you was destroyed long time ago. You just too ignorant to know it. You've been destroyed. Deuteronomy 28 tells you, until you are destroyed. So whatever they doing to you, they really ain't doing nothing to you but fulfilling it. And that's the saddest thing. So he says that, see, they don't see anything in here. So if they don't listen to the words that proceed out of my mouth, not Sister Deborah, out of the Father's mouth, what makes you think they're going to listen to anything in here? This book, many people use to, guess what? To put you all in captivity. To control you, to manipulate you. Because the more they make you think they know this, is the more they can take your thought pattern, your mind and your ways, and turn it their ways. The more they can run to this is their weapon. Did he want it to be their weapon? No. But because many have already fallen in a way that leads to this as they Yah, and not spirit and truth, he let you go. Did he know it? Yeah, he knew it. He knew you was going to get stuck on this, and the people are going to use it to tame you and to get you in order. And once they can tame you from this and get you in order, they got you. They got you. And that's what they're using. But because when you have been a student of the Ruach HaKodesh, they can't use this on you. You see? Because now something is in you that's teaching you spirit and truth. It is actually dividing the word of truth, dividing it from what is a lie and what was said of Yah and what was not. That's what the Ruach does. And it brings it to you in a way that it is fully spirit and truth of the matter. You see people making music in the dark, singing and praising Yah in the dark, just like Satan does. When you see them concerts, them what do you call it, them heavy rock, how dare you sit among people and be hollering and screaming and thinking that's the way you serve the Most High, a higher. They're doing it all over the place. And everybody has found a niche of how they want to serve him. And guess what? It's over, y'all. It's over. It's okay for them to serve him that way. You just don't want to follow in that order. You don't want to follow in that direction. You got some people taking numbers and colors and bringing them to your mental state of mind to make you think that something is going on based on colors and based on numbers. This thing is spirit and truth, y'all. So therefore, what do colors have that's control colors and numbers? But it's too late. People too addicted. They are addicted to lies. They are addicted to being deceived. They can't even come out, even if they want. That's what Sister Deborah be saying. When I say, he told me I give them a parable, he said, you giving them people parables. And I said, that's deep for me. I'm like, okay, but I'm seeing it in the spiritual sense. But he said, but that you giving them parables just like Yeshua did. Because the disciples came to Yeshua and said, wait a minute, hold up. What is this you saying to them? See, they couldn't get it. But ever since I was a young girl, I never forget the word when it says, blessed is he that understand the parable and the word. That's what happened to Peter when he received those keys. Yeshua told him, wait a minute, flesh and blood didn't reveal that to you, but Father himself. Wait a minute, we giving you the keys. You getting the keys. That's how you allow the keys. Is when you're able to understand spirit and truth. And the truth of the matter of the way he has orchestrated things and how he has designed it to go. Now, what do it put you still at 20? It don't put you above nobody. It don't make you better than nobody. It don't make you on high or make you greater than nobody. It puts you at the same level as anybody else, except the little portion that you have is only because he is in you. You see, it ain't that. You all that because he's talking to you every day. See, that's going back to the flesh. You still have to know you worship him in spirit and in truth. And when you're dealing with him, that's where you have to deal. Now, a lot of issues are taking place. And right now, nobody cares about it, which is, to me, I think it's good. It's over. It's finished. The warning is, and the power of a warning is knowing how to hear the warning and take heed. Go under. If the world gave you a siren and tell you everybody go in your basement, y'all gonna run in there. They put a warning out on you to wear a mask for a whole year or so, almost 2 years. They put a warning on you to get a shot. Did you get it? Did you get your shot? Yeah, you did it. That was a warning. They gave you a warning saying if you don't get it, you see? Look at all the warnings that the world is giving you. But God comes and give you a warning and you don't even take heed to it. It don't matter. But the word can give you all the warnings in the world and you get ready for it. Oh, I got to prepare. I have never in my life have ever thought that Negroes would be so done. Never. I go out into society and I see everywhere I go, Negroes with masks on. I'm talking about today. Who did that to them? Who's making them wear that mask? This is gone. This is gone. See how easy these people fall into the trap of the evil and wicked. It's like they were born to be the people that falls into evil and wicked instant. That's why he says like the days of Noah. What's going on in the days of Noah? They were minds was evil and wicked continually. Wait a minute, Father. So you're saying that the people think they holier than thou, or really believing the only thing they're gonna use is the ideal of Noah and the ark, and very few were saved, and you end the world. He said that ain't even the key. He said that's not even the key. It's their mindset. I'm not concerned about them knowing when I'm coming. I'm concerned with them understanding where they at today. As like until the days of Noah. But they won't go that route because that's how high level wicked and evil is in their thoughts continually, to where it won't allow them to realize, wait a minute. He said it's going to be like the days of Noah. What was going on before that? People, they were marrying and giving in marriage as men was having women as much as they please, as many as they please. He's talking about all kind of sexual perversion, sex trafficking, child molestation, all of that, to make a creator say, bam, I'm closing it down. You see, so it was going, some things was going on. And if the thought, he said, they won't look at that, Deborah. They won't look at the fact that I said it's going to be like the days of Noah. Only thing they're going to run to, feast. No, he said they're going to be feasting and drinking, and they're going to be marrying and giving in marriage. That's all they go to, Deborah. That's all. That's all they say over and 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 over. Oh, he says it's going to be like the days of Noah, and they're going to be eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage. No, he said way more than that, baby. He got you prepared for the beginning of it and the end game of it, because he told you, like the days of Noah. So we got to go back to what was Noah doing back. What were they doing back in them days? He said they're going to be doing it today. And we got to go where men refuse to take us. Men marrying girls, young girls, women, as many as they please. That's where it started. They don't want to go there. They want to go only in the part where he says it's going to be like the days of Noah. So the only part it says is marrying and giving in marriage. That right there tell you, because back in their days, giving in marriage was a man, you give a man substance, money, or whatever, and you can have one of his daughters. So they doing the same thing. Same thing. It wasn't that you give a piece of paper to marry her. It was giving them funds, paying for it. Sex trafficking. Yes, yes, yes. And all that. He wanted us to look at it today as it was yesterday. But in some way or another, we were to, let me tell you what he's really saying. I wanted them to see it clear, Deborah. See it, y'all. Do y'all not see it? I'm not saying they drinking water. I'm saying they actually drinking. Why would he put that? Why would he say it's going to be like the days of Noah? Drinking, as if they got it and teaching it and got the people believing it as easy as drinking water. That's how simple the people mindset is, to think that it's just drinking water and just feasting. just eating and drinking. No, baby, it's deeper than that. It's way deeper than all these feasts that they having, all these gatherings that they having, all this drinking that they doing, and they are okaying it all across the board. But Yah is saying it in a way that we are to see what they were doing during the days of Noah, not just because Noah was going to leave. He wants you to see that part too. That part is the end game. See, that's why they don't want to teach none of you all spirit and truth, because if they teach spirit and truth, they got to tell you where it started and how it's going to end. They won't teach y'all that. And y'all won't insist on it. Y'all content with whatever they teach y'all, it's good for y'all. Because as long as it ain't bothering you and what you doing and your family and your people and your friends, you all good. But the truth be told, baby, we in the midnight hour. Okay? Noah didn't close the door of the ark. That's where we are. And guess what? It's about to rain big time. And everybody gonna be out there. Up until the day he closed the door. And they didn't stop then until that rain started coming down. You see? Until you see what Yah's about to do. And you know it's too late then, don't you? You know it's too late because what? The 10 virgins, 5 already went through the door. The other ones got left. See, nobody's looking at the fact that he's saying to the tribe of Judah and Israel that, look, y'all want to say this book is about you, but you ain't telling spirit and truth of the matter. You want to tell the people what you can manipulate and deceive in them and control them with it. You want to take this book and control them. You don't want to lead them in spirit and truth. You don't want to lead them to my spirit. You don't want to tell the truth of the matter of the power, because he said they're going to deny the power. They already denied that. That ain't nothing new. They denied that a long time ago and still denying it. And that's why people walking around here can't use the power in which he has had within them. And I'm going to tell y'all the truth. There's a lot of things that's happened. There is a lot of things that's happened that made me realize I got to watch every word I say. And when I say watch every word I say, like on pin needles. Because it was a time when I was a little girl, when I say something is taking place, yeah, a week or two, it happens. Then as I got older, a week or two, it happens. It happens like that. Then it got to where it's like 2 or 3 months, it happened. Then it got to 6 months, then it happened. Sometimes it's even went long as a year, and then it happened. But guess what? Guess what? I have experienced, since I've been off this devil platform, the power in the word that I speak. And I know better. I know better. The power of warning is this. There are those that he have out there that's not like unto those that are on here. And he has them shaped and molded, because he's the potter, in a way that's off the chain. They don't care if nobody received them. They don't care about no subscribers and likes. It's so many of them trying to reach that 100 goal, that 2,000, that 100,000 goal, that 2,000 goal, that 3,000 goal. They trying to reach the goal. And that's people who is in the rectum of Babylon. And they don't even understand what the rectum is. They don't understand when he said, come out of her. That's Satan. Come out of Satan. Or else you're going to receive what Satan is already assigned to receive. That's how deep it is, y'all. That's the end game of it. See, people be saying, they say, come out of Babylon. Come out. You sick as in sick. He's telling you to come out of Satan rectum, or you're going to be held liable for your own eternal destiny to damnation, to the lake of fire. Because he already know where he going. He ain't worried about nothing. He ain't worried about going. He already know he was going. Why you say he ain't worried? Damn, he been knowing it all these thousands of years. He know where his end game is going to be. He knows. And you walking around here like you don't know nothing, but going to wait until the door is closed and thinking that it's time to go get you some oil. It ain't going to work like that. Come out of her. Don't think that when he says Babylon, he's talking about a system. Don't think that. Who's running this system? Satan himself. When you finish, wicked of the wicked. See, they don't get that because they only know that which they can read and understand in their own flesh. They don't understand that when he said, come out of her, he's letting you know, are you going to receive her lake of fire, whether you know it or not? Understand, come out of her. And he don't even raise his sound when he says, he just said plain, because I'm like, why you say it so easy? He said, because I know they ain't gonna come out. I know they don't. Deborah already know they ain't gonna come out. And I like that about him because it don't stop him from crossing his T's and dotting his I's. He already know what's the end game. He already seen and known before heaven and earth was created. He already know the end game. So all this clown playing, that's on these people. And it don't matter. It's over. It's over, y'all. He already sealed his. It's over. He's not going to come and deliver you. It's over. Only thing I can say is this. He is just going to be delivered, but not going to be delivered from this being destroyed. Okay? No, they're going to be delivered. That's the only thing going to stand before him is your spirit, not your flesh. Okay? But your spirit. That's going to stand before the most high, higher, to be judged. So therefore, this here being destroyed don't mean nothing. If he got you here, he got you here. If he's in you here in spirit, not in here. A lot of people thinking this mind is everything. This mind is connected to making choices of your flesh. That's why he said get the flesh under the subjection to the spirit, because the spirit is willing. That's the part that is willing to do good things. But the flesh don't want to do good things. And if we let our flesh continue to rule, then we should know where we are headed in our eternal destiny. But they ain't going to teach you that. They ain't going to tell you that. They're going to keep you running the way they say it is, and that we all going to be taken out of here. Some saying spaceship, or he come to get us, and he's coming to get you, and you ain't said a word about sin, wickedness, iniquity, and stop. Don't do this. Don't do that. You didn't say to go this way and go that way. The light is this way. The narrow gate is way. No, you just went around being hateful, wicked, and evil, and thinking that you're going to be the first ones on the ship to go where you think you're going. It's a sad thing. The power of warning is a good thing. It sounds like it's bad, but it's a good thing. The trumpet blew as a warning that in that midnight hour, the 10 virgins got up and they trimmed their lamp. You see? They got up. Why? Because they got a warning call to get up. It's time to go. The warning. And what did they do? They didn't just go in. No, they trimmed their lamp. You see? Warning is a good thing. The things that Sister Deborah said is a good thing. And it's calling for those who already know within them is him that rests therein. Let's go. It's time to go. So that's what the power of warning is, that when people sit and they talk this crap, people are at the mindset that don't say nothing to me. Don't judge me. You can't do this to me. Don't say this here. Let me explain something to you all. I was in my store today, and a European lady that she's a couple of years older than I am, that came into my store for a whole year and a half straight. I mean, like every day at time I'm open. She always got stuff, and I gave her so much free stuff, but she always got stuff. And we always talk about God. I never forced Yah on her. I never forced Hebrew Israelite movement or nothing of that nature. I let her be with who she was, and I knew who I was. Okay. Now, she came in over and over and over. And after a while, for 6 months, I didn't see her. She walked in there today. And I mean, she looked really different, totally different. And we talked and talked, and she said, you know, God has been good to me, and God this and God that and God that. And we hugged each other, and she headed to the door. And I said, okay, I'll see you the next time you come. And she said, okay, then. She said that, you know, me and you always got along. We always were friends. This is what she was saying. But then she said at the door, she said she works for Waffle House, and she worked the night shift. And she said that, but Deborah, you know, I'm having a problem with people using this card, this race. What she said? She said this race card. And I'm like, race card? I said, what do you mean? She said, everybody want to use this race card nowadays. Everything is about race. You only saying that to me because I'm Black. You only doing that to me because I'm Black. Now, she was fine. Me and her had embraced each other. She was going her way, and I was going back into my store. And then she was at the door, and she said that. And what did she say that for? Woo! It's time. Woo! It changed the whole atmosphere. The whole atmosphere. I told her, back it down. I said, first of all, I want to let you know, you are a European. You're a white woman. You don't know what it's like to understand a race card. You don't understand what a race card is. Oh, it's easy to say, but do you understand what it is? She said, yeah, I understand. You know, people just think that every time somebody doing something, it's because they Black. I said, let me tell you something. Have you ever gave it a thought that after been done a negative, nasty, wicked, and unjust way for 400 years? Well, tell me, sister, how you think they should feel? Why not? It shouldn't be a race card. Me and that girl, and the only part I hate about it is one of my sons was in the other room down further. And he's the humble son. And you know what he did? He was listening. And I had to shoot into this lady in a way that was off the chain. But Deborah, you're wrong, because white people ain't the only one prejudiced. I said they are. They are. And you can't stand there and tell me that Black people is prejudiced. They're not prejudiced. They mad and they tired. They're mad and they tired. But that don't have nothing to do with what you all are. And that's racist. But Deborah, I didn't do anything. I said, but baby, you eating the fruit of your forefathers, and you even talking like they talking. You acting like Black people not supposed to feel all the negative that has happened. Why can't they feel it? It's still going on. Come on, talk to me. When I finished with that lady, she walked out of there crying and upset and mad. I went on to her car and I said, don't you ever step another foot in my store. Don't you ever step another foot in my store. I said, we've talked for a whole year and a half. I'm telling you, you always listen to me when I always speak with the word of the Most High say. You always listen. But now it's between white and Black, and you want to make Black people wrong so you can continue to be racist. That's what racist is. It's what you're doing right now. Don't come back to my store. Oh, she went to the bar that's farther up, and she told, let me tell y'all something. She went in there. She had to have told them. You think these two white guys, one looked like he was kind of drunk. He came in the store and he don't even understand. All the time he was in my store, he was in there for good 20, 25 minutes doing nothing. Bringing up all this and bringing up all that. And then I said, sir, you're going to have to leave. I got to go to the ladies' room. He said, oh, okay. Then he followed me to go to his car, but he wouldn't let me go into the ladies' room because he's still talking. And when the conversation was almost ended, you can hear him trying to bring in that same mess she was bringing in. I had to stop his tail too. I had to stop. And you know what he said? But I like what you said. And I like how you said it. And but what it dawned on me is I chewed her out so bad, she went up the street to this lounge. And I believe she went and telling them what I was saying. You know, that Black people ain't prejudiced, and that they using this, what is it called? A race card. No, we shouldn't use the race card all the time. That's just a scapegoat. That's just like with y'all. We use every scapegoat to get out of doing what's righteous. Every scapegoat to keep us from walking in the light. Every scapegoat to keep us from going in the direction to the narrow gate. But I had to chew into that lady so bad, and I didn't even feel guilty. And what it was showing me is this is how bad it is. And I was explaining to her is, and if they didn't grip what took place with Black people for the last 400 years, how dare you stand here and try to cover it up and say you ain't racist? What is it when you trying to still make it we all people, God don't see colors? You didn't say that for 400 years. See what I'm saying? As long as everything right for you all, you ain't gonna even bypass, you ain't gonna even give it a second thought of how Black people are done. I mean, I chewed in her soul, but if y'all heard it, I would, if I could have taped it, y'all would say, Deborah, you know you tore that up. I mean, I just shot into her everything that was coming to me, and I was shooting it into her. She couldn't even focus on everything she was saying. She said, but yeah, it says that. It says that. Yeah, you're right. It says that. It says. She kept on saying that. So when it was her turn to talk, I'm listening to her. Then I go back to her, telling her the things that she's saying. Going back to what I was saying. The power of warning. We're there, y'all. It ain't time to give y'all what you want to hear. It's time to just say what y'all want you to know. He don't have to answer to you. He don't have to come to you and give you what your flesh want to hear. He don't have to match your word. He don't have to line up with you. It's the power of warning you. It's because he warned you already. Yeshua warned you already. The prophets warned you already. Everybody done warned you in this book about this day, and you walking around here looking for another warning. The truth be told, the power of warning is not to harm you, but to let you know, get your butt up and get ready to get out. That's what time it is. The power of warning you is to get your butt up and get it moving, because that's what time it is. And I'm talking about in spirit. I'm not talking about with your flesh. Do y'all see? I ain't gonna say do you see it. I ain't gonna even get into that conversation, because the Father then showed me that y'all walking around here okay, and all these Negro people doing all the things that they doing, and ain't nobody saying a word. And the reason why ain't nobody saying a word is because, and that's the way he's gonna allow it. The reason why people ain't saying a word, I'm like saying, why is it? Let me set an example. You got people who would get on this devil platform, okay? And let's say females, and they would teach and teach and teach and teach about what these men are doing, and got a husband who won't get on here and say a darn thing about what the men are doing. You see how sick that is? I don't get that. Mentally, spiritually, that's deep to me. How can you get on here and say anything a man is doing when you got a husband that's there with you? You never hear him tell the world what men are doing. That's the best example. When you think, and that's why I said they're doing things ain't nobody saying the word. But how is it that you can get on here and talk about what a man is doing, but your husband can't say a darn thing about what the men are doing? That is deep to me. That shows me the hypocrite mindset of the people. Same thing with women. You on here talking about women, but your wife ain't on here saying nothing about women. Do that make any sense? Telling the women to do anything right. But you on here talking all about what women are doing this, and women are doing that, and women are doing this. Wait a minute, where your wife at? Y'all come over here, tag, what do you call it? Touch tag. Get on here. You talk about the men, she talk about the women. Come on with spirit and truth. Lay it on the line. They don't do that. That shows you the sickness of what they're trying to do. They're trying to get so many subscribers and likes. They don't even go nowhere near what is spirit and truth. They make sure they stay in the line of what everybody wants to hear. And I think that's the saddest thing. You got a husband and you got a wife, but Your wife can talk nasty and negative about the men and what they doing, and the men can talk nasty and negative about the what the women doing. But both of you got a wife and you got a husband. But now one of them are talking about the men. So it takes the men to tell the men and the women to tell the women. But you don't see that. Why? Because that shows you the imbalance of the game that they playing. And what are you saying about that? That's all well, y'all. That's all well. It's over. It's finished. Because they've been doing it for too long. They ain't gonna change. They're gonna continue. But I like to address that because that to me, I say, now what kind of sickening is that? The woman can get on and talk about what all the men are doing in the world, all the men in the nation is doing. But the husband won't get on there and tell the men, y'all need to get that mess together. And then the wife, the men can get on here and talk about what all the women are doing, but and all negative and everything. But the wife don't get on here and tell the women, y'all, let's get this together. It doesn't make any sense, but it's all well. This is what he's saying. Their imagination, Deborah, is matching their mind. Wicked and evil continually is matching the days of Noah. See, people look at all the days of Noah. He said marrying and giving in marriage and feasting. No, y'all, it's not giving in marriage and marrying like you think. It's not drinking and eating or feasting like you think. Look up feasting. People are gathering. People are doing all kind of things during the time that they should not be doing it because the critical time period we are in. But they can't see the word like that. They can't see the book that they even read to show them that it's a light on showing you the way. And you're still not getting it. What is it you don't get when he said the days of Noah? Then he said it's going to be just like the days of Lot. Okay, what do you mean, Father? Wait a minute, hold up. Same scenario, Deborah. How many came out before I destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah and all other surrounding cities? How many came out, Deborah? Don't you think that was a small remnant? What part they don't understand about Noah? How many came out? Small remnant. So when I say I got a small remnant that's going to come out, I mean that. Check out Noah. Then check out Lot. And then as you see, he talk about Lot. You know what he said? He said they're going to be building and planting. See, people they waited till the midnight hour, to the day they supposed to be making sure the lamp is trimmed and their oil has the lamp have oil. They decided to wait a minute, hold up. We're gonna hold up on things like that because all that stuff is spiritual. He said we're gonna get ready for these dark and evil days. But how you gonna get ready when he said he's coming as a thief in the night? You see? What example of the 10 virgins? What was that example? 5 went, 5 left. Wait a minute. And the door was closed. Are they gripping that? He said, no, they're not gripping it. These are warnings, y'all. These have always been warnings. These are warnings with the light on. Ain't that a blessing? It's a light on in these messages. Don't run around here and think that these same people, their ancestors, was doing the same thing they was doing, Deborah, when I ended once before. Have you ever thought of it like that? Father, wait a minute. Hold up, Father. Yeah? Hold up, Father. Yeah? You mean to tell me the way you ended then, the world, you mean they doing the same? Yes, Deborah. Same thought pattern. In their imagination continue only evil and wicked. He said only evil and wicked. That means they were good, wasn't even present. Do they get it? No. Because they're only looking at, it's like the days of Noah when he came and in the world and they got off on the ship. We all going. That's the mindset. That's the mindset. So what would be the purpose of him saying that? What is his reason for saying it's going to be like the days of Noah? A warning, y'all. A power of a warning. I'm giving you all an example of my power of what I did then. I'm going to do again. He says it's going to be like the days of Noah when the Son of Man comes. not Lord, Lot. And what happened? Same thing, Deborah. They doing the same thing. And I'm warning him. It ain't that he didn't cross anything, his T's and dot his I's. He did an excellent job. It's just, this is where we at. This is where we heading. And not saying heading as if it's a distance. It's right here at the door. And we still seeking things that we think that's going to make it right for us. No, ain't nothing gonna make it right for you outside that spirit of the most higher that will live in you. So I, Sister Deborah, tell you, if you think for 1 minute all the things that has taken place. I was sitting and I had to talk to a man a couple of days ago, and I got in a conversation, and I didn't have no idea that the Father was going to take it all the way there. I was like, Father, you went all the way home. He was talking to this man was talking about Yeshua going onto the mountaintop, and I was telling him that even that been missed, just like the beginning when he said let us, all of that. And it's just it's sometimes you think of it as sad, and then you realize Ahia knew it all the time that they wouldn't get it. He knew. He said, Moses, go tell Pharaoh to let my people go. But by the time you get there, I will harden his heart so that he will not let. Well, what's this sending him? Because I'm doing something, Deborah. Shut up. I'm doing something. I'm finna work. And did you all know all that time he was sending Moses to Pharaoh? You all don't understand. I think Pharaoh really cared for Moses. That was like his big brother. That was like his brother, his close, they grew up together. He would have let them people go. But y'all said, I know he would have let him, but I got to harden his heart, Deborah, so he won't let him go. Well, okay, you harden his heart each time you son Moses. What was that for? So you can punish Pharaoh? No, it never was to punish Pharaoh. It was to let the people see how he was willing to fight for them. Y'all was showing us a light to the whole house of Israel, showing them what I would do for you. I will put all these plagues on Pharaoh. And at any time, he could let you go, but I don't want him to, because I want you to see what I'm going to do on your behalf. 99 1 trillion Hebrew Israelites would never catch it. They would never catch the fact that the plagues was to show Israel, the house of Israel, the whole house, how much he felt for them. It wasn't for Pharaoh. It wasn't for Pharaoh. It was wanting them to see, I'm going to let this happen to them, so you can see who I am for you. It's just like in Atlanta, Bankhead and Buckhead. One side is beautiful. It's a sight to see. It's where the wealthy people stay in Atlanta. And across the street, it's the raggedy place. One is called Bankhead and one is called Buckhead. When you step in the rim of Egypt, here Moses going, and he's taking Aaron, the prophet. They're going before Pharaoh. Wait a minute. You go on to Pharaoh and tell him, I said, let my people go. And when you get there, I'm going to harden his heart that he shall not let my people go. Why? It didn't have nothing, never did, child, to do with Pharaoh. It had to do with showing my people, my children, how I'm willing to throw up and throw down for them. So over on this side, I'm going to be tearing Pharaoh and them up. And y'all going to be able to see it on this side to see how much I love you. I care for you. I give and gave. All these plagues toward them for you. That's what he did. All the time, the whole house of Israel is so ignorant and have not seen the care that he had for them way back in the beginning. They never saw it. They never saw it coming. And right today, these Hebrew Israelite men, they would teach you that word, precept you, line you, go into Torah and swim, dive into Torah. They will give you every lost book that been lost and been found. And they will skip spirit and truth. Because the spirit and truth in that was, Yah wasn't giving the plagues for Pharaoh. He was putting the plagues on Pharaoh just to show the house of Israel, look, this is how much I care for you. I'm going to throw down on them. Just like every other thing. They miss it every time, even to today. Even to today. They bypass any and everything. Not because y'all didn't think that they would. He knew that they would. He knew it. And he knew what type of people. That's why it's not like he's going to save the whole house of Israel. I know it's a lot of things they said in there, but that's not what he's talking about. When he's talking about a small remnant and how he's going to destroy. Oh, no. It ain't what they saying, y'all. It's what they teaching y'all, but it ain't the truth. It ain't spirit and truth. Because the spirit and truth of what he did to Pharaoh, if 1 minute, watch this here. If it was about Pharaoh now, okay, let's just put it. If it was really about Pharaoh, let Pharaoh not let him go. What you up in his heart for? What are you trying to harden his heart for? You know what y'all said? I harden his heart so Deborah, he will not let them go. Well, what are you trying to prove? And who you trying to prove? I'm trying to prove to these Israelite, Deborah, I care for them just that much. On one side, I'm going to be whooping the mess out of Pharaoh and his army. And on this side, they're going to be safe. I want them to look on the other side and see my protection for them. I want them to see the care that I have for them. I want them to see what I'm going to do for them. Did they see it? No. As soon as they got on that land, they cut up from the floor. Could care less who he was. You see what I'm saying? That's what it is today. That's the warning. The warning was back there. They missed it. The warning today, they missed it. Now, did they miss it because they didn't see it? They didn't know it? Okay, let's say they brought us over here and we didn't know a lot of things. But how long has that been? Here we are in 2022 and we still missing it. We still missing it all. Let's go to Yeshua. Let's go down to Yeshua. Okay, look, Yeshua. Can you kind of tell us what's going on, Yeshua? Okay, Deborah. All right. The reason why I was in fast for 40 days is because I had to go down because my flesh was going up. Hallelujah. Deborah, I had to go down because my flesh was going up. And my flesh wasn't going up because that's what my flesh wanted to do. My flesh was assigned to be tempted, Deborah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. My purpose was, Deborah, I was to fast on this flesh, and I was going up to the mountain to be tempted. And before I got to the mountain, before I went up to the mountain, I was led to be tempted. So who is that? Wait a minute, hold up. What's going on? So I'm in there and I'm like, wait a minute, hold up, Father. Wait a minute, something going on with this. Something wrong with this picture. Something wrong with this. Something going on. First of all, why are you fasting? Second of all, led to be tempted. You're being trapped. You're going up there and you're about to be trapped. It was preparation to show you and I, and we missed it again. We missed it again. We don't even understand that the purpose of him going to the mountain was never for him. It was for you and I. It's the way of life that we would find ourselves in. Family problems. That's a mountain. You see, suicide, drugs, alcohol. Yeshua was going to the mountain to just show us how we can route around those things in the flesh. Did we catch it? Nope, we missed it again. Like we do everything else. We're thinking that, oh, he's going up the mountain to be tempted for nothing. That's the mindset. We always missed it. We was a people who always missed everything. And I want to correct some things here. If our father had even listened and wasn't so easy, not even anybody done nothing to them. They just was a wicked people. I'm just gonna say that from the go. The wicked people. It's a good thing that he sealed Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and David with the as the seed. That's the seed of the woman. See, a lot of people think it was Yeshua. No, there was seed sunk before Yeshua. That's how he got here, through their seed. Those were the spiritual seed from heaven that came down. They missed that too, because they formed their own belief. Let's go back up to the mountain. I'm up on the mountain with Yeshua. Okay, now Yeshua, tell the people what it's like. He said, Deborah, I'm up here on the mountain just so that I can be tempted. For who? Wait a minute. Hold up, Yeshua, hold up. You the sacrifice. You the angel that was slaughtered to be the sacrifice for the blood. You were an angel made lower than the other angels for the mission of the blood sacrifice as the lamb. What are you doing up on the mountain? Yeshua, why are you up on that mountain? He said, Deborah, if I'm going to die for all mankind, I got to go up here to show them how to come down. Come down on being put in the box. Come down on people hating you and disliking you and trying to destroy you, trying to make you the worst one so they can be made the good one. I'm trying to show you suicide gonna come up here, Deborah. Drugs gonna come up here, Deborah. Alcohol gonna come up here, Deborah. Satan gonna use all his tools. But I want them to know something while I'm up here. Now, I ain't going down, Deborah. I'm standing up here. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for the tempter. So I'm sitting here saying, okay, the tempter is up there at the mountain, and he was led up there just to be tempted. Come on, Father, take me where it's at. Okay, Deborah, this is where it's at. Yeshua on the mountaintop, being tempted by the Satan. Satan is saying to Yeshua, if thou be the son of Yah. Hallelujah. Satan knew that he was the son of man, but he asked him the question, if thou be the son of Yah, and because today in the year of 2022, they are more ignorant than they ever been. They don't even know who the power is. Satan was saying, since you the power, if you be the power, if you be, turn this into this. See, he knew he had Yeshua on that mountain. He knew he had a son of man like you and I. That's why he went up there. That's why he had to fast. He couldn't have been the son of Yah, because you don't have to fast when he is in you. Not like the son of man. He came with all power, all word, and all spirit. So he didn't need to fast. But what was, wait a minute, hold up. But Deborah, I wasn't with him. I wasn't in him, nor was I. The power was not resting in him. That's why he needed to fast, because he needed to fast like flesh. Because the power and the spirit of Yah wasn't in him. And guess who knew it? Satan. Satan said, I tell you what, Yeshua, if the son of Yah is in you, do this. Satan knew that the son of Yah wasn't in him. That's why he was up there being tempted in the flesh. And he said, no, it is written. Where is it written? In the heavens, you all. Stop letting these people tell you the word is this book. Heavens has the real word. You understand that? The real word rests in Ahaya. So don't let men beat you and whoop you with precepts lying little here, Torah and any lost books and any found one. Because the true word rests in the one that owns the word. You understand what I'm saying? So he's on the mountaintop, and I'm like, wait a minute, hold up, Father. Y'all, hold up. Yeshua, what are you doing up on that mountain? What are you doing up there? He said, it is written, Deborah, that I can't be tempting the power. I ain't gonna tempt it. And that's true. Why should we keep tempting y'all? When you know who he is, you don't go tempting who he is. You don't go up against him and be buckling up because you think, oh, I'm all this and I'm all that, and he got me. No, you don't. It is written in the heavens, not in the book. You think he's talking about it's written in here? No, it is written. Yeshua said, he's letting you know heaven has already got it written, not in the book, in Yah, that we are not to tempt the power of who he is. Hallelujah. Satan said, no, wait a minute, hold up. Let me take you a little bit somewhere else. He took him a little higher, and he began to tell him about if he just throw himself off and how he has a legion of angels that would catch him. Who are those angels that gonna catch him? Those are his fellow angels that was made. They were higher, and he was made lower than them. Oh, they gonna catch you. And Yeshua said it. He said, wait a minute, hold up. No, I'm not supposed to tempt. He started telling the Satan, wait a minute, you're trying to tempt me to tempt the power of who my Father is. He couldn't do it. He was teaching us how to understand Yah in spirit and in truth. Stop dealing with him like he's some type of man. The Most High ain't nothing like these old hateful men. Stop lining him up. He says it in Romans 1. Read the whole chapter of Romans 1. It will sadden you what is being said in Romans chapter 1. That's how we want to see him. It's like he's some type of natural man. He ain't. Oh, he's going to take him a little higher. I'm going to give you all of this. Why? Because today, our Negroes, I give you I give you $1,000 a month if you just say what I want to say on YouTube. I give you $1,300 if you just say only what I want you to say on YouTube. You see? If you just do it the way I said and don't talk about this and don't talk about this, I give you this, and this. Okay. I talk about everything except for the real evil and wicked one. And that's what they on this devil platform doing. He didn't tempt them, and they didn't went all the way live with it. They didn't bought into it. That's why they're not teaching spirit and truth. But every time he came to Yeshua had a word from him. And that was, it is written that I am not allowed to tempt that power. Because you all didn't never know what the power was. Satan knows. That's why you think he was going to Yah when he's with the son of men. Not the son of, with the sons of Yah. He would go to him in Job. Where you going? He said, I want to do some things, and I need you to tell me who I can get. I want to do some things. You see? So Saint Yeshua sitting on this mountain, he tell him, no, I can't be tempting that power. Don't be tempting that power. And the Satan knew because he was telling him, show me the power. That's all he was saying. Show me that power. I want to see that power. I know you got it on you. Pull it out. Bring that power out. Everything he was tempting him with had to do with the power. And that was Christ, which is Hamashiach. He was trying to bring that out. And he couldn't. Because Yeshua had to go to the mountain for you and I in the flesh. He had to win for us in the flesh. Then he went to tell a man don't live on what feeds the flesh, which is these men wisdom and their knowledge and their understanding feeds these men flesh and these women. He said, man don't live on every word that feeds the flesh, but every word that proceeded out of the mouth of Ahia. he successfully stood the ground of the mountain. He took on his 40-day fast to go in the flesh. Yah did not allow his power nor his spirit, but his word was present. That's why he was able to say, it is written. What is written? The word that proceed out of the mouth. And this is not the mouth of Yah. Out of the mouth of Yah did he tell him. Every word that proceed out of the mouth. See, he had the word up there, but he didn't have the power, which is Hamashiach. And he did not have the spirit because he had to go up there like we are in the flesh. Flesh on flesh. He had to go in his flesh and let the spirit of Satan tempt him, because we knew, Yah knew that we too would be tempted every day of our lives on this earth. And we have to learn to understand that it is written that we don't eat the things that feeds our flesh. It's not it. Even the words come out of these men mouth. That's what he was saying. Put your trust in not the food that feeds your flesh. Don't trust man, but every word that proceed out of the mouth of Ahia. So therefore, when we running around here, we did the opposite. Everything Yah said, don't do. Yah said, go right, we went left. He said, go up, we went down. He said, turn backwards, we went forward. Everything he said in this book that proceed out of his mouth, we went the opposite way. But we take this book and make it all the way. No, it's not. The real way is out of the mouth, that which proceed out of his mouth. And how does it proceed out of his mouth? It's once his spirit is in you, you can get a taste of his word strictly out of his mouth. When you go to this book, if this was his word, y'all, why do you got a million different understandings of one word out of his mouth? It's so many questions that many should have asked the Father. And they turn not to the Father, but they turn to men and women for the answer. Yeshua came straight out down from the mountain. It was time for him to rumble. It was time. He received. And what happened? What else happened? The angels came to minister to him. They had to come minister to him. Wait a minute, hold up. What did they come to minister to him? If Christ is in him, which is right hand power, the Ruach is in him, and the word, who's going to minister to him? See, y'all missed it. They was dealing with his flesh. Y'all missed it. That man went up there and did all that he did just to show us what we will be going through, and we missed it again. That's why I say it's sad that a nation of people is still as ignorant as they were from the beginning. They don't see no spirit in truth. They don't understand nothing that lines up in the light of righteousness. They don't see anything. They live in darkness. They breathe in darkness. They want darkness. They act dark. Look at all the stuff that's going on. You think, what is it that, I'm going to show you where you know deep sickness. A cop can kill 3 black men, and a gang can kill 100. But only one matter to the Negroes is that the cop killed the 3. Do that make any sense? Gone. It's gone. Men has the spirit of hate so highly on them. Y'all have already connected me to the fact that is deeper than that. And I was like, Father, how can it get any deeper than that? If there is a spirit that been loose on these men, how is it, or how can it get deeper than that? He said, Deborah, the spirit is carrying a heavy level of wicked and evil. So it don't have nowhere else to go but to be the worst of the worst. And you know what? You would have people walking around here like it ain't nothing going on. And it's really all well. But when you think about the warning, the power of his warning about Noah and the days of Lot, it's telling you how bad it's going to get. It's giving you the power of a warning. And they missed it. But y'all saying to me, even as I'm speaking to you, Deborah, if they missed Genesis, the book of Genesis, the first chapter, what makes you think they're going to understand what you said, Revelation, and any others? They missed it. And they continue to miss it. Because even now, people don't even want to understand where they at with him. They just want to know that that's where they at. They there. Oh, I'm here. I got this. I got that. They don't even care if they have it wrong or right, because it's nothing in them that really represent the Ahia, the Father himself. That's why he said, "Go, you can stand for me all you want. I never knew you." Well, wait a minute, hold up. What you mean you never knew me? You was able to use that name. You used it for this and you used it for that. But what was that powerful you was using that was working for you? Satan. It was Satan all the time, y'all. Same thing I'm telling you. While we're running around here thinking that we are people, we are the worst, ugliest people on the face of the earth. There's no unity because our heart has been rotten toward the greatest one of the whole universe, heavens and earth, the greatest, the creator. We've been evil toward him. We have been evil toward the creator just because he chose us. He chose us and we've been evil toward him. We've been fighting him ever since. We've been trying to block his eye. We've been trying to hurt him ever since we've been here. And we don't see nothing wrong with it. Nobody sees nothing wrong with it. They think it's ain't nothing wrong with it. He come to get us. He going to take us to the promised land. And they don't even know you ain't going nowhere. Because he already told you. He's going to wake up the dry bones and it won't be yours because the dry bones represent a time period way, way back. That's what the purpose of dry. He said, tell him, Deborah. Tell him spirit and truth. Tell him. When he told Ezekiel about the dry bones, guess what? They were dry. And the statement for the dry means they went back thousands of years. They were so dry to the pieces were scattered all over the place. Dry. It's letting you know it was way back in the ancient time. He gonna make them things come together and he gonna send them and usher them straight over to the promised land. So while you thinking it's gonna be all you and all of us going and we getting, no, you ain't, baby. It ain't gonna be like that. So, but I'm gonna let you go and ride on that horse of victory. Now, how can you ride a horse of victory and you've been evil since day one? How can you ride a horse of victory? You've been stiff-necked, rebellion, and disobedient. Oh yeah, he's gonna wipe away the filth and the iniquity. He's gonna take care of all that. He's gonna wipe it all away and get it clean and everything. But it's gonna be only the one that he has already chosen in him. Oh yeah, they filthy too. I'm filthy. I need cleaning. Yeah, he ain't saying we perfect. He ain't saying Sister Deborah because she's a prophetess and she been taught from the wilderness. She all that and some. He ain't saying that. She's taking her butt, gonna get clean too. A new heart, a new name gonna be put in her. I need to be clean. You see what I'm saying? So this mindset that all we need to do is just continue killing and praising these brothers and what they doing and praising these sisters and they're evil and wicked and letting these kids, it's nothing you can do. It's finished. So the power of the warning is, again, it's finished. And you keep on thinking that all of what Sister Deborah is saying and you're going to get up here and everything going to be, no, baby, you better go back to like he said. He gave you a power of warning already when he told you Noah and the days of Lot. What is that called? That's giving you his power, his guarantee that he's going to see it through. Warning. That's what that is. Y'all going to be doing the same thing. And I'm going to destroy the same way. Because people thinking, oh, if you plant this and you get this here land and you get this, it's going to be all good. I wouldn't dare try to represent anything outside of what spirit and truth around about now. Because tell you what, when the door is open, you think for 1 minute he going to tell you to bring your crops. bring your land, bring your house. Oh, don't forget your Cadillac. Y'all's fools if you think that. If you think that. So if that's all we're going to be preparing for, we're going to be left here. And I want to share something with you that you don't know. And the reality of it is because if you didn't know nothing about Genesis chapter 1, you ain't gonna know nothing about 9, nor Revelation. That's why people can't grip nothing. They think they got it. He said, yeah, Deborah, that's why I had Yeshua to get them parables. Because I knew when he give them parables, seeing, they can see. Hearing, they wouldn't hear. I said, that's deep. But that's about right. I agree with that. Because even that same feel, I'm sure Yeshua had, it's the same feeling I feel. I'm like, you sitting here telling these people, and it's like going one and out the next, and they talking about yang, 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 and you sitting here giving them the right now word of who you are, Father. And it don't matter to nobody. But that's good. That just shows me that he was so 100 always and always will. He know that gate was narrow. He knew that gate was going to be broad. He enlarging hell. He knew what he was doing. But I know it. We want to make him wrong and say we right. The power of warning has been sent to us before Sister Deborah was even born. Isn't that sad? Before I was even born, the power of warning was already present. And they missed it too. They missed it. Back in Genesis in chapter 3, they didn't even know a light was on, that they can find their way back to the tree of life. And the flood didn't even interfere with it. It was already there. It still was there. And they didn't even know it. They could care less. Because even when it was time for them to read a Bible or hear about truth, they still, even to today, could care less really what is the truth of the matter. Or even the end game. So not searching the Ruach for the end game, you just not going to be prepared for it. You're just going to be out there hooping and hollering because you're going to miss it. Because the end game is a warning in itself as well. It's the power of warning. A lot of people talk about being judged. I'd rather be judged on the earth for the things that I am doing now, just to prepare where I'm going to end up, so I won't be messed up from the floor up. You see, people take people judging them and warning them as you bother me, it's time to fight. Let me get a message in against it. Let me say this and that. But they ignorant because they've been on this devil platform for so many years. They think it's about battling. Oh, let me say something against this. Let me say something against this. Let me say something about this. Let me say something about. They don't even understand the war is finished. It was finished in the heavens before heaven and earth was created. That's why he tried to tell us, y'all, what are you doing? Why are y'all fighting? Why are y'all killing and destroying? This ain't flesh and blood. But you think they man's grip that? No, they don't grip nothing he say. Nothing is said in spirit and truth and righteous or in any light do they grip. They gone. They doomed. And this is the power of warning. It don't even dawn on them. Wait a minute, Deborah. Do they understand that this is not a war between flesh and blood? This is about principality in high places. Deborah, tell them, I already won. I won before I even started. The war was defeated in the heaven. And it wasn't like it was a war. It was just like victory. So you will know. Don't go down there trying to fight. Fight for what? Kill and steal and destroy what? This ain't no war, y'all. They be on this devil platform. Nobody don't want nobody to tell them no wrong about their wrongdoing, their wrong thinking, their wrong teaching. They don't want you to tell them nothing about what they doing. They want to be holier than thou and just blameless in the flesh. And we know none of us, not even Sister Deborah, is blameless. I wouldn't dare stand on here and tell you that I'm perfect and I know all things. I'm all righteous. I was telling somebody today, judge me. Judge me up and judge me down. I might use it to get right. And anything I'm doing wrong, that's what it's for. That's what it's for. You think he sent these prophets to a whole nation of 20 and 30,000 for them to just stand and say, y'all said this, y'all said this, y'all said this, y'all said this. So what? We finna kill you. Come on. That's sister that made. One man warning a multitude of people for thousands of years. Do he send them? And all they can find out, you can't judge me. Don't tell me what y'all say. You bother me. I'm righteous. And you try, don't you think that they said the same cock and picking thing when y'all son Ezekiel, when y'all son Jeremiah, when he son Moses, every prophet his son, they said the same darn thing these ignorant people on this devil platform say every day. And they begin to get on here like it's a battle. This a war. You's a fool and you's a fool. And yes, you are a fool if you think that this is about flesh and blood. And they get on here talking about like they so bad and they so tough. Can't nobody judge me. I'm the righteous. You's a fool. You's a fool. Ain't nothing about you righteous and you've been on this damn devil platform and ain't gave no light to nobody. No spirit and truth. No direction to the narrow gate. But just gave your way. But yet you all let it in some. That's how sick they are. That's how sick they are. Someone comes to judge you, take heed to it. There might be a word in it for you. There might be a word. It's like chewing the meat and spitting out the bones. But what if it's something Yah is saying to you to correct? What if it's something Yah is actually saying? You've been missed out like you missed out on everything else because you think it's about the devil's platform and getting subscribers and likes. You done sold out anyway because he said never try to get all the glory from him nor the praise. And when people giving you all these likes and praising you, all your good message, your good message, what is y'all getting? Nothing. You decide that you are a God and you're entitled. And don't nobody judge me. Sit y'all ugly tails down. You ain't nobody that cannot be judged. Sister Deborah ain't nobody that can. You know what I do? I would measure that bad boy. Somebody trying to telling me something, and I say, okay, let me hold up. Let me go to the drawing board. Could this person, even though they said did, could this be me? Oh, this might be me. This might be me. This might be me. You don't get on here and try to ride a white horse like you the angel from heaven and you don't do nothing wrong. Everything you done been on this darn devil platform all these years been righteous. That's the sick minds of them. That's them same people. You know what it is? It's them same people that every time y'all son Moses to let the people, tell Pharaoh to let the people go. And y'all harden their hearts so the Israelites can see him. They still didn't see him. They went straight over to the promised land. Not to the promised land, to the wilderness. What? Acting a fool. The same people. This is the same people on these platforms. They act a fool for anything. He told them this ain't no a war. This is not something flesh and blood. But they sitting out here whooping and howling flesh and blood. Don't say nothing to me. I'm righteous. I'm this. I'm that. I'm this. I'm that. They can't tell me. They can't. You ain't righteous. You ain't righteous, baby, because you don't even know what righteous is. You don't know what righteous is. Righteous is spirit and it is true. Your ugly flesh don't hold righteous. See, it's another thing they don't know. Your ugly flesh does not hold righteous. Abraham needed to be in the vision to be even accounted righteous. So what? When he came out of that vision, guess what? He was counted in the spirit righteous. So who in the hell then told these people they righteous? And they sit here trying to war with flesh and blood. But they all righteous and right. They need to sit their ugly tails down. Deep. And stop. Power of warning. You think they're going to stop? I know they ain't. But you think I can? No. Because we in the midnight hour. The trumpet has been blown. Sister Deborah is pouring out the warning. You better get yourself in a place that is spirit and truth, where there's light so you can see, and darkness is not leading you the way. You better get yourself in a place where you can hear his voice and know that it's him that's calling you. You better get yourself in a place that nothing can override the way you feel about him. Nobody can tell you who he is, who he was, and who he's going to be. You should already know that in here. You should know his power. Let me tell y'all what happened. Woo! My son came pick me up, right? I'm trying to see, where was my car? Was I going to get an oil change? Where was my car? I know my son come pick me up. And we was on the highway. I said, I like how your car ride. I like how your car ride. It rides better than mine. The moment I said, oh, Lord. When I said it, that's what I said. My son said, what you say? I said, nothing. Hey, that's what I said. I said, hey. Just like that. And he was trying to figure out, well, what are you talking about, Mama? I said, that's it. I picked up my car and he took his. We dropped his car off to the shop. Got his car out. The man told him it failed one inspection and passed the other one, and that he had to pay $1,100. And by the time he got it home, the whole transmission fell to the ground. This car ain't never had any problems. See, when Sister Deborah say anything good, okay, the devil takes it, and he don't think he don't get the okay. That's why it's important when Deborah say something to plead the blood of the Most High Yah on it, because if not, Satan coming after it. Now I'm driving in this car. By evening time, this same car I'm driving in said, "Oh, this ride good." Went pick up mine from an oil change, took his to get his and get his inspection. The man he passed one of his inspections, but the other one he didn't pass. We picked it up, and I dropped him off. He picked it up, and as we was coming to his house, his whole transmission fell to the ground. I'm serious, y'all. The people that came to tour him said they ain't never seen nothing like that. But everybody that was on the streets that was wondering, why did this car just stop in the middle of the streets like this? And every guy that came to check it out and stop to see what was going on, and it's this elderly European white man. He has a shop. He said, wait a minute, I ain't never heard it sound. That transmission is gone. Furthermore, it sounds like it's on the ground. And guess what? When they came to tour it, guess what? That's what they said. That's that same car earlier I said was driving good. You see what I'm saying? When I said, oh, this car is driving better than mine, I should have pleaded to the Father to secure my words for safety. Not just safety, but for a way that he can still bless the idea that I said that this car was driving good. You see, because one thing we must understand, there's no one good but a higher. So when I'm saying that this car is good, it's run good, it runs better than my car. It runs good. That's the first thing I said. I said it runs better than my car. How did the whole transmission, the inspection, the one part of the inspection fail, and the whole transmission fell on the ground before we got it home? On the ground. Now, you know, ain't no transmission got no business falling on the ground. Hitting the concrete, y'all. They said they ain't never seen nothing like that. And I had to bring it to my son. I say, you remember I was in the car this morning? He said, yeah, you said it sounded so good. It drives real good. He was just coming to pick me up. It was never any problem with that car, ever. Yeah. A lot of times the words that we say, we have to still make sure it's lining up with Yah. Even when we pray, we have to always make sure he's in the midst of everything we say and do. So when I would have said he's driving good, that's a good thing. The Most High going to bless it to continue. Yah has truly blessed this car to run all year round with no problem. You know, say stuff, give the glory where it belongs. You see what I'm saying? When the devil heard me say that car was driving good and he drive better than mine, boy, that was his opportunity. And he took it as he pleased because it's no mechanic. Even the tow guy, the works on cars, said they ain't never seen nothing like it. So you know what had happened. So it's even though you say things, you got to make sure what you're saying is led by the Spirit. Okay. And when you saying things, make sure you know that the first one you're going to say it to and give glory to is Yah. Ain't nobody else got no business getting nothing. And you know what? I'm going to tell you something. The Father was telling me that a lot of people don't understand that wicked and evil last longer. And people thinking that they last longer because they righteous. They so ignorant. They don't understand. You ain't no righteous nothing. You see? Because he already said wicked and evil get away with everything. And people would say, well, why do they get away and they live longer? Or why do they get away with it? So because that's just how it is. You see? We ain't saying they live longer than, but they do. The sin and wicked. It appears as if it goes on forever. Because it's already got its in day and its out day. You see? So when people think that I'm so righteous that no one is to say anything to me, nobody better not judge me, nobody better not say anything about me, I'm too righteous. And then witchcraft and sorcery is being played. And that's why I think it's something else. I like to talk about that too. The power of the mouths of those who practice witchcraft, sorcery. Because they really, I think it's so unjust to think that Yah going to take somebody's life because you've been judged or somebody said something about you. Do that make any sense? Wait a minute. Who died and said you so that Yah is going to take people's lives? Because, and oh yeah, you can get 1 million verses out of any Bible. You can get 1 million you can get not 1 million. I'm just exaggerating when I say 1 million. You can get many verses everywhere. Even the lost books, you can probably get them. And it can tell you this person did this and this, they lost their life. Why is it they connect death and use it wickedly when someone says something about them? That's sorcery. That's witchcraft and sorcery. Because as long as they saying something about people, it's fine and dandy. Ain't that messed up from the floor up? They can sit and talk all year round, years round about other people because they holier than thou. They perfect. But the moment a judgment come upon them and someone says something, oh, it's time to pull out a lesson. Oh, if you mess with Yah's people, he said, touch not my anointed and mean them no harm. That means, now what do he mean, y'all? I bet you no one in the live chat know what he means. Touch not my anointed and mean them no harm. So it ain't Deborah's choice to get in here, 5 scriptures telling you you're gonna die. If you talk about God's people, that's not what he said. He says, not my anointed and mean them no harm. You see what I'm saying? So it's not saying that Deborah's supposed to say, you touch me, God gonna do this. I'm the righteous. I'm the just. Oh, I'm the prophetess. Oh, no, no, no. That's not how he rumbled. But that's the mindset of the people on these devil platforms. That's the confusion in their mind. Because he said it's not what did he say? This not flesh and blood, Deborah. This war ain't flesh and blood. So why y'all gonna go killing people because they bring a judgment on you? Or because they say something to you and look like you should dissect it and say, okay, well, maybe I said something wrong, or maybe I did this here. No, I'm too holy than thou. I've been on this devil platform. I got so many subscribers. Can't nobody say nothing about me, but I can talk on this devil platform against my people in every shape, form, and fashion. I'm the one. It doesn't make any sense. Measure. Somebody, every time somebody send a message to me, you know what I do? I dissect it. They can send me verses. You know what I do? I wake up in the morning, somebody said, well, what you said, this verse said something different. Guess what I do, y'all? I go straight to here, read the verses, they go over what I said and say, wait a minute. Is this connected to this? If it's not, then I might send another message saying something different. But I'm not finna go and tell somebody you died. God gonna let you die. You gonna die. They need to quit that mess. Because it's nobody it's no calling that Yah has called anyone to try to use their sorcery to curse others to die. When they start doing that, that's what he said. Try the spirit by the spirit and you'll know who they are. See, when your spirit try their spirit and listening to their spirit and what they say, you'll know who they are. You'll be able to identify because they talking nonsense. They talking fleshly, worldly matters. They caught up in their feelings and their emotions. And don't let a woman get with a man and do it. It makes him less than a man. And don't let a man get with a woman. It makes her less than a woman because it's sickening. Stand on righteous. You're not going to get two people to come somewhere and try to curse others because somebody's saying something. Stop that. I ain't going to say stop it because I want you to stop. I'm telling you, hey, baby, let me tell you something. This is the power of warning. Keep on doing that mess. You're going to get what you bargained for. Stop this mess on these devil platforms, sitting here debating and going off on each other. Somebody judge you, judge me. But you judge me and you judge me up and down. But it better come spirit and truth. Because if y'all is sending somebody to judge me, it can't line up with this, y'all. No, you can't line up with this. It ain't going to get it. You can't line up with all of the lost books and the found books. Oh, you ain't going to be able to judge me with Torah. But come judge me in spirit and truth, and I'm going to have to accept it. That's all I can say. I'm going to have to get my butt whooped. And if it comes spirit and truth, and I see that, hey, I'm subject to, and how, because the spirit will come in you and he'll put a niche right in you. Something that you just can't just shake off. That's that judgment telling you what you should consider this. You should think about this. This is talking about you. This is trying to tell you. You see, that's how y'all deal with. He dealing with you from the inner part. He ain't got time to precept you to death. He ain't got time to whoop you with Torah. He ain't got that type of time because he is Torah. He is the commandments. He is the law in you. So what do he need to come outside of you to whoop you for? Why would he need to send somebody to whoop you with this book and any other book? When he greater in you than he is in the world, he can whoop your butt where you at. So you don't need people to think they can battle you with the scriptures, but you come to me spirit and truth, then you got me. You got me then. I'm going to have to stand down, especially if you're saying something spirit and truth toward what I'm saying or something I said, or you bring the judgment. I don't have no problem with that. But I ain't coming. You ain't going to come to me just all worldly matters. You ain't going to come to me in your books of your understanding and your wisdom and your knowledge. You ain't going to come to me flesh on flesh. He said this war is not flesh and blood. That means you ain't got no business battling each other in flesh and blood. Round them in spirit. He's telling you, you got some beef with Deborah. Come to her in spirit and truth. That's the way you get her. Not flesh and blood. Not cursing and using sorcery. Thinking you can tell y'all how to kill somebody. That's what you're doing. Anybody ever lost their life because you spoke it. think when you stand before the Most High or higher, he ain't gonna bring it before you. Because it's not our job to go killing people based on us practicing sorcery and witchcraft with our mouth. If he said this thing ain't flesh and blood, stop trying to kill with it. That's what you see our people doing, killing and destroying each other. We in a battle with one another according to the scriptures. We in the battle, nation against nation, and they cannot see it. Kingdom against kingdom, and they cannot see it. He just said wars and rumors of wars. Oh, you in trouble? He said that's not it, y'all. Don't be worried about wars and rumors of war. What you need to be worried about is kingdom against kingdom. That means people against their own people. That's what he's talking about. Nations against not nations. Nation against nation. That means people against their own people. Kingdom against kingdom. Everybody trying to beat somebody on YouTube. Going up against each other. Don't ever listen to people bringing judgment on people that's trying to kill, steal, and destroy their flesh. Y'all ain't a part of that. Don't ever. And the most of them that does that, they don't have no spirit and truth in them. That's why they use sorcery. And it's sorcery, y'all. So I hear a lot of people talking about witchcraft. And I'm going to tell you the truth, I don't get into it. But I hear a lot of these men even talking about these women practicing all this witchcraft. They don't even know, baby, you playing a mean sorcery game. You playing a mean demonic sorcery. Big time. And don't even know it. Women are using witchcraft and sorcery because they trying to make this here book breed death on people. If I'm so righteous and holy than thou, and you said something about me, God's going to cause people to die. What? That's not what it says. You can't find one scripture saying when somebody bothering you, you ain't putting that same charge on them white people who've been killing y'all tails all this time. But when your brother and your sister offend you, you want to bring the word, oh, y'all going to kill you, you mess with me. But wait a minute, hold up. What about all this other stuff that's going on? You ain't bringing no charge like that on them. You ain't bringing no charge like that on them, but you're going to bring it on your brothers and your sister. Destroy it, y'all. They destroy it, and they don't even know it. That's why they can get on this devil platform and teach their messages with their sidekick and with each other and with their audience as if it's okay. Or it ain't nothing wrong with it. This is the power of warning, y'all. This is nonsense. This is wicked and evil. This is sorcery at its highest. And women and men are practicing sorcery and witchcraft big time because that's what it is. They're using their own emotions and their own mind out, their emotions and their feelings to battle against people and to start to try to get people to die according to them. You bother me, you say something about, oh, y'all could kill you. But what about all the stuff you done said about people? Oh, y'all ain't gonna kill you? You see the sickness? I despise it. He said, you know them by their fruit. And that's a part of a fruit that identified to me. If it was so, you could fool Deborah. But you can't, because she ain't food. I didn't shape her out of the clay to be food. And I sit here and I said, Father, these people just lost. He said, no, they ain't lost, Deborah. Because when they stand before judgment, I ain't going to say, oh, you was lost. You come on over here. I'm going to send their bad butt to the lake of fire where they think that wasn't designed for them. And they're going to find out different. They're going to find out something different. They don't even understand. At the wedding feast, what they were those that was invited, they don't understand. They didn't come. You see? They don't understand none of the parables. They don't understand nothing. But they run around here teaching the multitude in a lost circle. And that's sickening in spirit. It's very sickening. Don't listen to people that's trying to use sorcery and witchcraft toward people. When I get on here and I see somebody doing something out of order or saying something totally demonic and wicked, I call it out, child. I don't care if they don't like me. I don't care if they come to my page. I don't care if they do it. I call it out and I call it what it is. But I ain't finna go and say, you gonna die. You gonna do, they doing this and they judging it. Baby, you can be, Sister Deborah can be judged like anybody else. How many, okay, tell you what. All the apostles, just about all of them, when they judged to death, didn't they die? One, what who's that was crucified upside down? Who got their head cut off? You get what I'm saying, y'all? So those were y'all's. Those the one that walked with Yeshua. You see this thing, y'all? So what are they talking about? Somebody saying something about you. They died because they were walking righteous and upright. You see what I'm saying? They died. Every prophet. That's the majority of them. They died. They got killed by the people. Because they was talking righteous. They was talking spirit and truth. They was talking in the light. And they got killed. And you run around here saying somebody saying something about me. They judge. You people just as sick. They just as sick. And they gonna continue it. And it ain't going nowhere. But Sister Deborah would say, I appreciate you all in the live chat from tuning in this evening. And I will say, be careful. Because everybody's talking about darkness. Everybody is taking you straight into the darkness. You know why? They don't want you to have no oil in your lamp. Because they know the door is finna open. That's exactly where it's at. It's getting ready to open. Noah is almost done. He's just about to close the door. That's where we at. And we run around here monkeying around, worried about what the heathens are doing. And we ain't doing what we supposed to do in Yah. We should see. Our lesson should be, and this is what we should be. This is where we should be. Okay. If we awakening and we found out we the people, it's time for us to unite as one. Go before the throne of the Most High Yah as unified. Repent day and night. Turn our full face to the Most High Yah. Stop all the sin and iniquity. When we come in unity, pray for the sins of our forefathers. Say to the Father, we're sorry for being stiff-necked, rebellion, and disobedient. Father, we're sorry when you told us to go right, we went left. When you told us to go up, we went down. When you told us to run cold, we ran hot. I'm sorry. Instead, what we doing? Come on, y'all, let's kill these women. Come on, y'all, let's kill these men. Let's kill these children and us. Let's do everything we can, wicked and evil at the highest. And that's exactly what your people are doing. And ain't nobody saying a word. But it ain't a word to be said. Ain't not one word to be said. Said the Most High, Ahaya, Ahaya. Outside of it's finished. It is finished. So I, Sister Deborah, prophetess in the wilderness. And you know what? I'm starting to really love it there. And that's all right with me. So I'll be coming back again with a part 2 of the power of the warning. So I hope I know that everyone will have a pleasant night. And I appreciate each and every last one of you all. And I love you all. And I say to you, get with your family. Put Father Yah to be the head. Put him not just at your back door. Put him at your front door. And if you can, put him in the window. And what I mean, trust him in all those areas to lead you. When you go outside, your husband leave, your wife leave, your children, say, Father, I turn to you. I turn to you. My hands is up. I can't keep them. I can't save them. I can't protect them, but you can do all things. And I turn my hands up. I give it to you. Save them, sanctify them, fill them with your precious spirit. Let them know, Father, you are the Most High Ahaya. I'm not the one, Father, but you are. And I'm turning to the only one I know that rules it all. Because that's where the world is at today. And I don't want to be of the world, even though I'm in it. You are greater than any and everything. I give my children to you. I give my husband to you. I give my wife to you. I give my mother and my father to you. And thou know all things, not according to my will. My ways is a prayer that I live according to that which pleases you. So I surrender all of my ways, all of my emotions, all of my personal opinion and my feelings, all of my wisdom and my knowledge and my understanding in my flesh. I surrender it to your spiritual realm. And I forever give you the glory. Father, Ahaya, you the praise. Father, Ahaya. And I honor you every day of my life. Father, renew my mind. Put in me a pure heart that I may serve and worship you in this midnight hour. Lead me continually to the light, that I too may find the narrow gate and walk therein. Help me to love those who despise me and misuse me and abuse me, mean me harm. Find in them, search their hearts, Father, and do what you do best. Don't have no hate feeling to the point where you're trying to usher in sorcery and witchcraft, death on somebody. Don't let nobody tell you that's okay, y'all. Don't do that. You end up bringing it on your children. Don't do that. Don't go wishing death, thinking because somebody bothering you and you a child of the Most High Yah, they deserve death. Wait, hold up. Don't do that, y'all. Don't do that, because death was given to all of us. It came with life. So you see the sorcery in it? When someone is trying to get death to fall on somebody real quick out of the order of Yah, that's sorcery and witchcraft. That's what that is. And they don't see nothing wrong with it. They've been on this devil platform for so long and people praising them no matter what they say. So they don't see nothing wrong with it. But people need to start speaking against that in the name of Ahaya. If you have Yeshua HaMashiach and have accepted the sacrifice and the power that rests therein, and you know that the Ruach HaKodesh lives in you and is a teacher, a revealer, and a comforter to you, and have showed you things to come and things to remember that you forgot. Do not be wishing death onto nobody. Y'all already got the day they come in and the day they go out. Anytime you open your ugly mouth to wish death on somebody, that's sorcery and witchcraft. Never shall a man nor a woman try to use that, even poorly. See, what people do is they go to this book again, y'all, and they start trying to use their sorcery and witchcraft out of their own personal opinion and their feelings, and they'll go grabbing the Bible to justify it. That's out of order. That's not going to work. Because what people don't understand, we are all, when y'all look at us, he don't look at us as one better than the other, because we all done messed up from the floor. We didn't cut up. Ain't now one of us so holy than thou. Ain't now one of us. So stop thinking our stanky self are better than somebody else. And nobody can't say nothing to us. Because we so holy than thou. Oh, I've been on the devil platform for too long. I can say anything, and anybody say anything to me, I'm gonna pull this book up and try to bring my sorcery and my witchcraft to work, because they've done it before, and they think it worked for them, but they just don't know what y'all got in the making. Because he saw what they did. He let me discern that. He saw what they did, and it's a lot of them that does it. Most of the time, it don't work for them. It really don't. And where we at today, it definitely ain't gonna work for them, because Sister Deborah called it out. I see what it is. And they doing a lot of it. Stop that. He ain't called nobody to judge no one to hell or heaven. He ain't caused no one to give the key. That people walk around here with the key telling people that they're going to die. Now, who told you, what gift came from heaven told you to tell people that? That don't make no sense. And people follow that mess. That's sickening. They follow that. Yeah, you going to follow it. Because the same hole that they dug for someone else, you going to fall in it with them. Because that's in your heart. That's in your mind. That's your mindset of thinking that you are all holier than thou and can't nobody judge me, can't nobody say nothing to me, but you's a lie. You's a liar and you's a liar. Y'all sent somebody to judge you just like he'll send somebody to judge me. Ain't now one of us so holy than thou that we cannot be judged by the Most High or higher. We just have to learn to chew up the meat and spit out the bones. And when we spit out the bones, know that we should be taking bones in no more. That means search yourself. Make sure your ugliness is not as thick as one said that it is. Stop thinking that you holier than thou. None of us are. So I, Sister Deborah, say again, I love you all and I appreciate each and every last one of you all tuning in tonight. And again, this is the power of a warning. And I will be back. Shalom and shalom.